G'day, my name's James Dillon. I farm a family farm at Lussa in Southland.
Hey guys, I'm Farmer James, previously known as James Matheson.
G'day, my name's Logan Evans. Me and my family farm here 20 k's west of Gore in the Odometa Valley.
So my name's Jason Herrick. I share milk 1,000 cows in northern Southland.
Farm 700 cows at Waipahi, which is in Southland, it's on the border of Southland and Otago.
We're mainly cereal cropping and a few sheep.
We're farming about 24,000 stock units of sheep and beef. So yeah, we're producing lamb and beef for the world, and also wool to keep you warm at night.
During the last year, I would say probably during the last decade, mental health is becoming a huge issue within the rural sector. It's the constant stream of legislation coming at us, and you know, we just get one thing sorted and they shift the goalposts. They release one thing and then another.
I don't think it's necessarily one piece of legislation. I think it's the constant pressure that they're applying. Like it just feels like there's like this weight and it's just squishing down on us, and we don't even really know what's out because we're trying to figure out what we're trying to fix the last problem, and then there's another one, and then we don't even really know what to do because there's that many things they're saying we're stuffing up and we're doing this and that, and you know, like I think most farmers, I believe most farmers want to improve the environment, want to help out and want to try and make a difference. And yeah, the stuff that the government's trying to propose is not actually making a difference that they're trying to succeed. They're actually doing the opposite. Planting productive farmland and pine trees is just outrageous. Selling our carbon credits of productive farmland to overseas corporations to go and ruin the environment is not helpful to anyone.
The legislation and you know, regulations that they're bringing out, they're all in silos and they conflict with each other. So you've got different policies from one conflicting with the other. So we've got climate change policies conflicting with National Policy Statement for Indigenous Biodiversity, and these are having perverse outcomes on the ground. This is the frustrating part of it, is that they don't understand what's happening on the ground, and they're actually having far more negative outcomes than positive outcomes.
I'm really concerned about the legislations all coming at us around food supply and haltering the amount of production. So there's a lot of things in reading between the lines. You know you're not going to be able to maintain current food production under the new legislation and regulations coming at us. There is going to be production losses and so forth. So yes, I'm extremely concerned because there's a lot of money, time invested in our industry, and it's only going to fall over if we don't keep the current systems pretty much running where they are.
The legislation and these changes that are coming at farmers, some people would believe that that's coming from the Labor government, but yeah, it doesn't take a hell of a lot to figure out that there's someone bigger behind this. This is happening on a global scale. We can see the Dutch farmers, what they're up to now. This is exactly the same thing coming at them. They're just 6 months or 12 months further down the track.
We're also now getting reports that Italian farmers are rising up to protest in Rome. Quote, they are saying, "We are not slaves, we are farmers. We cannot make ends meet." But it's not just Italian farmers. Polish farmers are now protesting. So too are Spanish farmers, as too are disgruntled German farmers. This is taking place everywhere.
So some of the similarities between the Netherlands and New Zealand is, the tax on fertiliser. So we're already seeing that now coming through. We've got a few groups within New Zealand suggesting that fertiliser should be taxed, and fertiliser is causing cancer. And this is what they do. They chuck a narrative out there. They talk about it for a while, just to soften people up and get the public thinking that it could be the right thing to do. then I have no doubt that in 3 or 4 months this government will implement some sort of legislation around taxing fertiliser.
Fertiliser prices have nearly doubled in some situations, and for grain farmers, if you forward contract to honour contracts the way things have happened in the past, we're nearly a year behind on seeing price increases. So yeah, you're nearly 12 months behind on realising the higher returns. So the percentage of lift in that is very low.
They're also dealing with reduction of livestock numbers. We know that exactly the same thing's happening here in New Zealand. They're just trying to figure out the best way to do it.
As it's been said time and time again, we're among the best, if not the best, in the world of turning our grass and our pastures and our crops into meat. And until someone comes along with a better idea, we might be the best at doing it, but we're not going to stop at that. We're going to strive for greater excellence in that department. There's some pretty great minds in agriculture in this country, and people just want to do better.
Yeah, the grasslands that these animals are grazing on need animals to sustain it, and it's part of the system. And I suppose that's the important thing that we need people to understand. This is the most efficient way of producing protein and feeding people off that land.
There's a lot of misinformation and one-sided stuff getting put out there. I don't bother watching the news anymore or listening to the radio, because most of it's all about a glorified common cold that we can all get over, and it's a waste of my time and a lot of other people's time in this country, and the money that goes towards the direction they're trying to portray.
Some of the changes that the government can make is, to work with farmers. Well, for a start, we could have some proper consultation, some meaningful consultation, so that they're working with us.
Does the government care about farmers? No. That would be the very short answer. They're not listening at all. Or they may claim that they're listening, but I, for one, do not feel heard at all by this government.
Our family's been impacted quite hugely. We've obviously decided that we're not happy for our children to be going with the main education system at the moment, so we're homeschooling our kids. That's been a massive change. But even though the kids are at home, I'm obviously fairly active in standing up against this government, and so they'd really love for this government to listen to the people of New Zealand, so that they can have their father back. And my wife, she's been out there with us today weighing cattle. She's doing a hell of a lot. So that I can do what I do, and I suppose it's what they say. I've heard it many times. Behind every good man, there's a hell of a lot better woman, and this is definitely the case in this case.
Well, there's a fair bit of resilience, but how long's a piece of string? It's we'll just keep doing what we're doing, and try to get the government to see some sense on how things should be, and we might still have a farm for the next generation to carry on doing what we've been doing for the last 4 generations.
Don't be afraid to stand up. So I believe everybody in New Zealand can have an impact by standing up and getting the confidence to voice your opinion. Support one another, because more voices are better than one. And it's basically power of the people. If you don't believe in what's going on, and you believe that there are bad things coming, don't be afraid to stand up and support one another. Put your head above the cloud. It's not going to get shot off. You will find people that think the same.
There's a fair bit of pride in running the family farm and being your own boss, and having the freedom to go out there and do what you do best and what you love. And I would like to hope that we're not going to end up like the Netherlands. I'm sure there's a lot of upset people over there, and Our fellow countrymen are going to need to stand up if we're going to get any further in this hole that we are, and fight back.
I'll hold on tighter to you, my friend, when we're together again. Together